And now you can see the Backseat Mogul Show in all its video glory on our YouTube page at roughedge.tv. It's tiki time at Harbor Cove Cafe. Dive into the tropical paradise at the end of Spinnaker Drive in Ventura with vibrant drinks, delicious bites, award-winning fish and chips, and more. Now featuring extended hours and happy hour. Fridays from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m., Saturday and Sunday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Harbor Cove Cafe, the hidden treasure at the end of Spinnaker Drive. Visit harborcovecafe.net for more information.
Showbiz is a cruel and shallow money trench, a long plastic hallway where thieves and pimps run free and good men die like dogs for no good reason. There's also a bad side.
It's the only headbanging thing I've ever done.
Hi, this is the Backseat Mogul Show, live here on Rough Edge FM. And we were just listening to John, just watching him. He had his headphones on. We didn't, so he was yelling at us. You know, your voice goes up when you're wearing headphones.
What?
Yeah.
Like that.
Too.
Yeah.
Was it really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you were.
I asked you, I said, why are you yelling at Jeff?
You turned, you were like,
I thought you
hey, look at this. And I was just like,
I thought you were just kidding. I need more drugs.
I don't know about that.
No, I need a better drug.
That may be true. So anyway, this is the Backseat Mogul Show where we talk about show business. I am Mark Scott Bolton. Johnny D sitting right there.
Hey.
And next to Johnny D, we got Jeff Genet. Welcome in. Hi, Jeff. Good to see you. And we're going to talk about a lot of movies today because all of us watched a lot of. Now, did anybody focus on Halloweenish movies, or I mean, Jeff?
I think so.
Movie taste kind of leans towards all those, anyway. So
yeah,
mine too.
Not yet.
But you don't have any Halloween. You're the one who pushed it for 3 weeks. We got to do a Halloween show. We got to do a Halloween show. We got to do a Halloween show. I got nothing.
Well, is it Halloween yet?
Yeah, like in a week and a half.
Uh-huh.
You know,
like
what
that.
gets me is you're walking through stores and they're already.
Hey, don't change the subject. We're talking about why you failed.
You see the Halloween stuff, and then right next to it is like Christmas already.
Oh yeah,
It's earlier every year. It sounds like a cliche, but it's true.
In years past, I've gone into stores and in June, and they have Christmas stuff out. It's like, really, people? Did you even put them away from last year?
Yeah, we were going through Michael's last week, and they already had all the Christmas stuff. And my daughter was asking, when are we going to go see Santa Claus? Is that time? I don't know. We don't celebrate Christmas until December 1st, so Santa can sit there and he can wait for you.
That makes sense. Yeah, at least in the month it's due.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a local radio station that I'm not sure when they start it, but they will start playing just Christmas songs.
Mm-hmm.
And they start either this month or early next month.
What station is that?
I'm not sure, but I think it's KOST.
Good. I want to avoid it. It'd be like working at Penny's.
For me,
Christmas season.
I don't like to listen to Christmas songs until either Thanksgiving Day or the day after. Because for me, that's when the Christmas season
starts on Black Friday. All right. So anyway, we're going to talk about a bunch of movies we saw today. We're starting off with this one, which is The Smashing Machine with Dwayne Johnson. Yes, that is Dwayne Johnson there. Johnny and I went to see this at the theaters, and I'm not a sports guy, but I do like Dwayne Johnson, and I'd heard good things about his performance here. So I decided, I'll go. And it's tragically bombing badly. I think the budget was $55 million or something, like maybe more, and it's grossed $14 million worldwide. It's not good.
Do you think part of it might have been the fact that they did it more of a like a documentary type thing?
I've actually heard that the documentary about Mark Kerr, who's the fighter that's in that he plays, is almost identical to the movie. So that might be part of the case. I will say this: Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt are perfect together.
Oh yeah,
They both give great performances. Dwayne Johnson, occasionally you see a performance that appears to be so effortless that it's almost magic, you know, and that's how good he is in this movie. He's so natural in this role. It's amazing to me. I was watching his interaction with him and the way he would lower his voice at certain times, like when he was almost talking to himself, or you know, having a conversation with her especially. It felt like a real conversation. It wasn't lines they were spewing at each other. It felt like a real conversation. I thought he was great. I thought he was really, really good in this. And I'm sure he'll get an Oscar nomination. I don't think he'll win, but the fact that he's going to get an Oscar nomination is he's just got to. He just has to. Were you going to say something?
No, I was going to wait. I was fixing to, and I said, no, I'll wait till Scotty finishes.
Question?
Do you think that has something to do with the fact that this is about boxing, or is this about wrestling?
It's about UFC.
Oh, okay.
He started out as a wrestler and then became a UFC fighter.
Okay, because I was going to say, well, I feel like, you know, The Rock would have a personal connection to that sort of thing and be able to get in tune with that because he is a wrestler and stuff. So I think that might have something to do with the performance.
Yeah, and it's funny because it's not just the sequences in the ring that he's good at, because obviously, like you said, he's perfect for that. He's done that, you know. Mm. But the interaction between him and his friends and his family and whatever, it's just it's not what you expect from a role by Dwayne Johnson. Mm. You expect something. You know, a lot of times Dwayne Johnson plays Dwayne Johnson, which I'm okay with. I like Dwayne Johnson. But this time he really becomes somebody else. And it may be because he knew that guy, Mark Kerr. He knew him. So that might have had something to do with it as well. That was one of the many problems with the film, though, is that at the end of the film, and I like this kind of thing, the story takes place between 1999 and 2001. At the end of the film, they jump to 2025. Like March of 2025, so real recently. And the real Mark Kerr walks out of a grocery store with his grocery cart. And, you know, it's just playing the soft music and he's walking around and you get to see what he looks like, you know, compared to Dwayne Johnson. But here's the thing that's weird about it. It's almost like they were secretly filming him. And he kept looking at the camera and smiling and shaking his head. And at one point he walks by and says, "Hey, everybody." And he laughs, and it's like, when did this become first person? Mm-hmm. You know, if they just left him coming out shopping and, you know, with his groceries and putting them away and drove, would have been perfect. But no, he's interacting with the camera like he's being secretly filmed, like this paparazzi. And, yeah, I know you're there, you know. It was weird. Mm. And that wasn't the only problem with the movie. I think that, and again, I'm way off on this because everybody else is calling it avant-garde. It's got a great Rotten Tomatoes rating. I thought the screenplay was scattershot. As good as Emily Blunt is, I think she's like a throwaway character. She shouldn't be a throwaway character. She's great in this movie, but she's in it. She's at it. It just didn't feel right. And the photography and everything is also kind of scattershot. It's just very uneven. Mm. The worst thing, though, is the music score. I don't think I've ever seen a movie as badly sabotaged by a music score as this one.
I enjoyed the music, but I understand what you're saying. It was not.
Oh, you're going to understand it right more once we talk, because I did extensive research on this. So extensive, it's 2 pages. But
before you do that, I want to say something about Emily Blunt's character. I thought she played that character so well. I did not like that character at all. She was so good, and I love.
Okay, why would you say that? What issues did you have with her? I thought I had a photo of her. I'm sorry, I don't.
Just some of the stuff.
That's not her.
Wow. Well, that one's with her and The Rock in the middle there. Up one. There you go.
That's the one I was thinking of. Yes, thank you. Yeah, there's.
Well, like when she showed up, dressed in that dress, when she showed up at the in the locker room, and she knocked on the door. Guess who? And the look on both Marks, the characters, their face, like, oh, geez, not her. And then some of the other interaction between her character and Dwayne Johnson's character when they're alone, like when he tore that door off. It's just some of that character's attitude just
See, I didn't get that at all. The way I got it is that they're both struggling because she wants his attention, and she should have it as his. I think she was his girlfriend in that time period. And he's not giving it to her because he's so focused on something else. So she's desperate. And I got that. It didn't make me not like her. It made me feel sorry for her because she's not getting the attention she wants.
Well,
but she's not, and for lack of a better term, I almost said turd. She's not Yoko Onoing him intentionally. She just wants his attention, and that's fair.
There's something I wanted to say, but if I do, it's a spoiler alert, and I'm not going to say it. I'll say it off screen.
Well, you mean talking about when the truck hits her? No,
it wasn't just a truck. It was a big semi. It ran over her.
It was a school
all
bus.
18 wheels, and then he backed up over her.
Yeah.
And you know who was driving it?
Mickey Mouse.
No, it was her real husband. It's like, oh my god.
None of that's true, Joe.
John Krasinski.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to the music. The film score was written by a Belgian jazz musician called Nela Sinefro, and I'm probably saying that name wrong. According to this, the score is experimental, avant-garde jazz and ambient, and it's available on a soundtrack, of course. It is weird. It's almost like an old science fiction score overlaid in this documentary style film. It just didn't fit. Half the time you're looking, okay, what device is making that noise in the background? What's the score? The hell's that? The other thing they do that really, I just couldn't help but laugh during the fight sequences. Whenever Mark Kerr was in trouble on the ground and people are kicking him, the score would go wah wah. You know, there'd be a sting every time he got hit, and I kept waiting to see the Batman thing kapow come up because you didn't need that. He's getting kicked in the chest. That's enough, you know. But they had to enhance it there. Now, there's also a ton of needle drops. I downloaded the soundtrack list. 25 songs in that soundtrack list. Johnny's theory was that the songs, I didn't like the songs just don't fit. I think they place them in the wrong place and they don't make sense with the context of the music. John said he thought it was music from the era, and so that was okay with him. But it's not music from the era.
Oh.
It's weirder, I know. So I did some research here. Out of the 25 songs, now remember the era is 1997 and 2000. Okay. Out of that list, only 4 songs come from that time period. So 4 songs are from that era. Those songs made sense.
Mm-hmm.
2 of the songs were from the early 60s.
Which
4 of the songs were. How is that of the era? It's not. I mean, sure they could have been listening to it,
Right.
but
that's what I meant.
4 songs from the 70s, 4 songs from the 80s, 8 songs from the 90s. Those would be the songs that, of course, would be. And then finally, 7 songs from the 2000s, 6 of which are out of the film's era completely.
Yeah, that's.
And it just doesn't fit. The needle dropping they do just doesn't work. It was just weird. And that really, I mean, I was so aware of that through the entire movie that it almost erased everything else except for the performances.
I liked not so much the original music by the Belgian guy. Maybe he was drinking some Belgian beer.
Maybe.
But it was the pre-recorded music from the 60s, 70s.
Yeah, the
80s.
tracks.
I liked the songs, but like Scotty says, they were not placed properly.
No, they didn't. They just didn't click with what you were seeing on the screen. And again, a lot of people are saying that's the avant-garde edge to it, and I don't care.
It was not an avant-garde movie.
It was that, and this is what I think they were trying. Yeah, it was. This is what I think they were trying to do. I think because they had such a standard story. Here's a guy who could have been a superstar, gets screwed up on drugs because of pain, almost ruins his entire life. How many times have we seen that in a movie? 1,000.
Mm.
So they tried to make it something different by making it so avant-garde. And it didn't work, in my opinion. Again, I'm way off. Everybody else seems to think it's great, but it just felt disjointed and uneven, and I was disappointed. Again, I hope Dwayne Johnson gets an Oscar nomination. I think he deserves it, but and Emily Blunt as well. But the rest of the film it just wasn't crafted well.
Mm.
I think I'm not sure if it was the first movie I saw with him, or maybe second or third. But he did a movie with what was the guy that used to He was a Disney kid. He
Kurt Russell.
no, although he was a Walt Disney kid. Timberlake. Justin Timberlake.
Okay.
It was called Southland Tales. That
was a great movie.
That was a really good movie, and I never cared for Justin Timberlake until I saw that movie. I was like, oh, he can act. But that was the first thing that I remember seeing him in, and I thought he was also great in his version of Walking Tall. Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, but again, he's playing Dwayne Johnson in that.
Right.
You know, he's not really stepping out of a character. And again, I got no problem with that. Smashing Machine is 70% on Rotten Tomatoes with 76 of the audience score. So it's a little higher than I would give it, but lower than I thought it was. And then anyway, there's that. So
But I do believe that, in my opinion, his portrayal of the character I thought was good. He was good.
like I said, it appears effortless. You know it wasn't, but he just steps into that role like skin. It's amazing. All right, Jeff, tell us about the two movies you saw. We're going to jump around this week, I think, a little bit.
The ones in theaters?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm really curious about both of those.
I saw on Thursday night, I went and saw two movies. I saw Good Fortune and then followed it up with Good Boy. Two good movies.
That's good.
Good Fortune is about this guy who's living out of his car and he's having a real bad time, and Keanu Reeves is an angel and decides he's going to help him out. So there's this rich guy played by Seth Rogen. The broke guy, he's played by Aziz Ansari.
Who also wrote it? Did he direct it too?
I think he wrote it. I don't know if he directed it.
Okay.
I wasn't sure about that. And Keanu Reeves switches their lives. And he's like, oh, this is, you're gonna switch into his life and you're gonna see how bad it is. And then you're gonna want to come back to your life. And it's very comedic because he's like showing him all these things. He's like, this is what you have to look forward to. And it's all like bad stuff. And then he switches his life and he's like, oh no, it's actually solving all those problems. That sucks.
That line's the trailer, and I love that.
Yeah.
It's like, I guess his boss, Keanu Reeves' boss, asks him why he did what he did. He goes, well, I wanted to show him what the other side was.
Did it work?
I thought it would solve his problem.
No, it solved all his problems. Yeah, and then there's problems that are caused with that. They need him to switch back, and then it goes from there.
No, he did direct it.
Oh, he did?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay, look at that. So I enjoyed it. It wasn't, when you go into a movie with like Seth Rogen and all these comedians, you expect like laughs start to finish, but it was more of that. The jokes were just kind of like, oh, and then that's it. And it was like kind of emotional.
Really?
Like if you've been like on down times, like monetarily or whatever, you're having a rough time with your job and stuff. Like they get real deep in that. And like if you've ever been depressed about that sort of thing, like it kind of like hits close to home. And I was just like, wow, this film is kind of emotional. Like they're getting deep on this. This kind of sucks. But it was a good hearted film. I enjoyed it. Like if you think it's going to be a laugh out loud comedy, I don't know if you'll get that, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun.
Good. That's what I wanted to hear.
Now, Seth Rogen's character,
Uh-huh.
what's his character's background?
He's this rich tech bro kind of thing who has
Okay,
all
so
these
he's not a
app
movie
companies.
Executive or something like that.
No, he's
Oh,
just a guy. That's the
Well,
studio.
no, that's what I was going to say. Is that
Uh-huh.
pretty much the same character he plays in that TV series?
No, he's just this like a-hole kind of guy. He has like
Oh, so it is
millions
pretty
of
much like
dollars. Well, I haven't seen the studio, so I don't know.
I'm sure that you could use that word to describe him, but also there's reasons for it because it's Hollywood and everybody's desperate to succeed.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure Seth's great at it too.
Oh yeah, everybody's great in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But most people are saying, most of the reviews I've read are saying that Keanu is the highest point, which has surprised me because a lot of times, I mean, with the exception, of course, the John Wick movies and things where he's playing his role, but where he's stepping out of it like he did in that Dracula movie. everybody laughed at him, because bite my neck, dude, kind of thing. But I hear he's very good in this one.
Yeah, he is good in this, but he is very Keanu Reeves. There are some lines that he delivers that it's just like, he's just talking right now. That's just Keanu Reeves.
And you learn to love that about him.
Yeah.
So he's definitely not. I'm an FBI agent. He's definitely.
Yeah, no, definitely not that.
Did you have that accent?
That was pretty close.
Oh. Yeah, even the John Wick movies, they have that great build-up. And it shows him, putting on his gear and everything else. And somebody like the guy from Deadwood walks up, Ian, whatever his name is. McShane walks up and says, "Are you ready?" And Keanu looks at the camera and goes, "Yeah." And you're like, yeah, that's why I'm here in a Keanu Reeves movie.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see with
My
him.
favorite is Lawrence Fishburne comes up behind him. He's like, "You need anything, John?" And then he goes, "I'm gonna need a gun." Hell yeah.
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 That's it. That's what you pay for when you go see
Yeah,
Keanu movie.
that's what you get.
There's this one. Are you back?
Yeah. I'm thinking I'm back.
Yeah.
But
great.
he delivers it so well.
Yeah. It's almost a non-performance, but it's still a performance, and it clicks every time.
Yeah, it's good. I thought it was a very fun film, so
Good.
I would recommend it.
I hope they don't make John Wick 5, because I bought the box set figuring they were done at 4, and now they're talking about 5. It's like, no, I already paid for 4.
Well, he said no because his knees.
Yeah, and also the writer director, they asked him after the studio announced it. They said, "Oh, so when's John Wick 5?" He goes, "I don't know what they're talking about." So I don't think there'll be another
Did you
one.
ever see Johnny Mnemonic?
No, I heard about. I know that film, but
I saw that years ago, and the only thing I can remember about it is where he takes that USB type cord and sticks it in the back of his head because he's got this implant.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I remember about that movie. It's
Isn't
one
it
of those
funny?
movies I want to see again.
If you watch that movie today, that technology would be so old. It's like watching the first Tron. It's like, oh, really? Everything's on a disc?
Just inserts a floppy into his neck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's like when you put a dial phone, an analog dial phone on a table in front of some kids. Make a phone call.
It's kind of like putting a cell phone in your hand.
Say, wait, what?
Okay, and the other movie you saw was Good Boy, which I'm really intrigued by. I'm curious about that one.
Yeah, I wasn't super hyped about the trailer for that. We talked about it on my YouTube channel, and I wasn't really hyped on it, but I figured I'd go see it because it's an interesting concept, and it really was. I thought it was really good.
Explain the concept.
So it's a horror movie from the perspective of the dog in the house. Because you know how, like, when you watch horror movies or whatever, there's always that scene where the dog is barking at the corner and they're like, "Oh, shut up, silly dog." And then, like, everything goes on. It's that, this guy, he's experiencing some medical issues. They don't really get into that much. It's kind of like in the background because you're focusing on the dog. And then the interesting thing is they never show the owner's face.
Oh, really?
They never show anybody's faces.
I wonder why that is.
And it's just from the focus of the dog. Like, the person's always in the background, but their faces are always kind of like blurred a little bit or whatever. It is really interesting. And, they enter the house because, this is my grandpa's house, whatever. I'm going to stay here for a little bit, see if maybe I can get well. They go in and all of it, like, the dog immediately is, it's the kind of movie where you have to pay attention to the background because there's some stuff, the dog's walking through the house and there's all these sheets over the furniture and stuff. And there was a sheet over a bedpost. And for a second, it looked like it was over a person, and I'd look, and then it wasn't.
Oh, interesting.
And I don't know if that was just me or if that was part of the movie, but I noticed multiple points in the film where things were going on in the background that weren't, like, in plain view. You had to really look for it.
Right. And it was probably was intentional if it happened several times.
Yeah. But yeah, it's basically this dog in this house. His owner starts experiencing some heavy paranormal stuff, and these clues are being presented to the dog on how to help the owner some way. Yeah, it was really interesting. I thought it was really well done. And then stick around at the end of the credits because there's like a behind the scenes thing where they tell you how they made the movie. And apparently it was like a 4-person team. It was just this guy, his wife, and their dog, and then they just shot it over 4 years. And they were just like, yeah, we just got our dog, and we would just shoot things occasionally and stuff.
That.
And it was like, oh, I thought this was a big budget. No, it was just 4 people in their house. That was it.
Didn't they do something similar to that as far as they took, I think it was over a 10-year span, they used the same 3 main actors. Or at least the actors who played the parents.
With the
Isn't that
boy,
7 series?
Boyhood.
Oh, was it Boyhood?
And,
I don't know. It could be the.
Oh God, was it not Ethan Hawke? Can't remember who the male actor was.
Oh no, the one I'm thinking of is documentary, so it's not.
No, this was where it showed the progression as the young boy grows up, and they actually filmed this over, I think it was like 6 to 10 year period.
Wow.
Yeah, that was Boyhood.
And I cannot remember the name of the 2 adult leads that were in it. I can see them plain as day. I think the female lead was
Ethan Hawke, Alar Coltrane, Patricia Arquette,
yes.
David Blackwell. He doesn't have a big part. I don't recognize anybody else.
I never saw the movie. I always wanted to, and then it came and went.
All right, I got a question, and yes, this is a major spoiler alert, but it is a very important to me, as you guys know. And I would like you to answer this, Jeff. Does the dog live
Which dog?
in Good Boy?
Which dog?
I think you've answered my question. Can't see a movie where a dog dies.
Can't
do it.
The main dog lives. Yeah.
Okay. Is it a bad dog that dies? I'm asking too many questions.
Do you really want me to like? There's another dog.
Is it a good dog or is it possessed?
It's a good dog. But like the grandpa who was in there before, he had a dog.
Okay.
And there's things with that dog that kind of happened to the main character dog. But it's an interesting twist on like normal horror movies. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Okay.
It's not like something like, oh no. I mean, I guess it's a oh no, but like you don't see it really any of that stuff. But it's
Cujo.
no, it's an interesting thing that they do.
Okay. All right.
So I would recommend it. Yeah.
That was one of my problems with and it was funny because I was at the Conjuring Last Rites with Josh and Andrea, and that scene came where the nun or whoever it was throws the dog against the wall, and they both lean over and look at me. So I got up like I was going to leave, but the dog lived. He was okay.
Yeah.
So I was. I don't know. I just can't do it. It's stupid because I watch a Jason movie and he'll slaughter 26 people, but if he touches a damn dog,
it's different with animals.
It is.
You know, you could. Well, I can't say that on it.
Especially like worse when they actually do the killing like that Stanley movie.
Yeah.
That pisses me off. Don't injure or kill an animal for a friggin' movie. It's not right.
There was a movie about a dog, and it began with an S.
Super Dog.
No.
Sup, dog?
And this dog dies. And as a little dog. And it was a story about this dog and the family. I think it takes place like even in the 50s or the 60s. And I can see it. You hated that movie because the dog died.
Are you talking about one with Jennifer Aniston?
Marley and Me.
Yeah.
Nah, that's it.
Screw that movie. That movie can go straight to hell.
You know what? I have a story about that movie. My family had just put down our dog.
Oh no.
A dog that my parents had since before I was born, and I was like in middle school or something at this point. We had just put him down or whatever. That movie had come out. We're like, man, we need to go see a dog movie to like help us feel better. Like, what could go wrong? And then just oh my God, Marley and Me was like that first indicator, like, you can't watch dog movies. They always kill the dog. And we were just sobbing so bad because it's just like, we just went through this like a week ago.
It was all fresh still.
It just sucked. So I don't watch dog movies. And then there was that one with Josh Gad where that dog died like 16 times in the movie. Because
what
he's
was
just
that?
a dog that gets reincarnated.
Yeah.
Oh, that's different.
A dog story. I don't know what it's called, but like, that movie came out and I'm like, I'm not seeing that. There's no way I'm seeing that. Like they knew they're gonna get big bucks because that's how they drive the emotion. They just kill the dog over and over and over and over.
No thanks.
Yeah.
I think the first movie that I remember seeing when I was a kid about a dog that dies is because they got to put it down. And that was Old Yeller.
Yeah. And even that one tears my heart out.
Every time I see that movie, I cry. Even today, I cry.
Never seen it.
Oh, it's a great
Spoiler
movie.
alert.
Because I know the dog dies at the end. That's why I've never seen it. I don't do that.
It's really it's a good movie. It's a Disney movie. I had a great cast, but
I have a dog story that's terrible. It's a terrible story. And it's from a great movie. And it was an accident. Doesn't make it okay. And they did the smart thing with it. But Cool Hand Luke. They're chasing him around at one part. And they got the bloodhounds chasing after him. And they stop chasing him. He gets away or they catch him. I don't remember which it is. But the owner of the bloodhounds comes walking up to the back of the car and he's holding one of the bloodhounds in his arms and it is dead. And it's a real bloodhound and it's dead. And he's sobbing and says, "It killed old Blue. It killed it. His heart couldn't take it." And I remember going, that's not a fake dog. That is a real dog. And that dog's not an actor. That dog is dead. And I thought, okay, so I got to do the research. So I did the research. It's such a horrible story. But apparently the dog was on a train trestle. And it was running across the train trestle. And it slipped and fell between the train trestles. And its leash got hung up on the rail and hung it. By the time they could get to it, it was too late.
Mm-hmm. It
had hung itself. And they decided to pay tribute to it by including it later in the movie in that scene where that guy walks up with the dead dog in it.
Uh-huh.
It's such a great movie. I mean, it's a classic film. One of the, probably top 25 movies of all time. But that scene ripped my heart out. And, knowing that what really happened to the dog made it worse. And, it's just an accident. It wasn't like they killed the dog for the movie. It was just an accident. But what a horrible accident. And then, like I said, we got to explain, we'll pay a little tribute to him by having this final scene with Old Blue.
When we moved out to California.
By the way, I don't know if that story is true, but that's what I read.
Back in 72, my sister had my oldest sister had a 69 Mustang convertible.
Mm-hmm.
And our dog was a little dachshund. Her name was JJ. And she was in the car with my sister. I'm in the truck with my dad, the moving stuff.
This story's not going to have a happy ending, is it?
Well, yeah, it does.
Okay.
It has a happy ending?
Yeah. JJ was on her leash, and my sister had stopped at a light. She jumped out, and she's hanging there because her paws couldn't touch the ground. So my sister jumped out, ran around, and put her back in the car. But when you were talking about the trestle and all that, it reminded me of that. Now, JJ was all right, but scared the out of.
Dogs will leap out of a car. I'm sorry. People have it's okay. He's in the car. No, he'll leap out. If there's a cat out there, he's going. So
that's why I'm a firm believer in those that halter type, not hooking the leash to the collar. The halter type.
That's what we got for our dogs. Yeah, of course we have to because otherwise Zoe would wring her own neck.
But not just Zoe. Pretzel.
Yeah, but Pretzel's 3 pounds.
But
he can't even hang himself with 3 pounds.
Yeah, but he sure likes to grab that leash and come on.
Oh, he's gonna kill the leash. So what do you got, Johnny? You got anything to talk about?
I was gonna talk about when my brother had to put.
No. Movie to review.
Oh.
No, enough of the dead dogs.
Well, that tore me up, and I was.
Oh, we get it. We're done with it. It's too sad.
No movies to review.
Oh. Well, then your time's up. So,
what about you?
I got something, but first we have to do this because it's more important.
Oh.
We really do have to do it. I'm trying to find it. Here we go.
Is it as bad as they say it was? We'll find out now on the Backseat Mogul Show. Brought to you by Pele Utu, Reno's only traditional tiki bar. A kaleidoscope of colors and tropical charm with the undeniable allure of paradise and intoxicatingly delicious cocktails. Pele Utu. Open Wednesday through Sunday from 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. 1275 Stardust Street in Reno, Nevada. For more information, please visit pele-utu.bar.
All right, so this week Jeff is going to tell us, is it as bad as they say it is? And we're talking about one of the greatest movies of all time. And you can take that however you want. Plan 9 from Outer Space. Jeff had not seen it until this week, right?
Yep.
So tell us how much you loved it.
Wow, what a movie. Yeah, I had seen the Tim Burton Ed Wood movie recently. And I wanted to see all of the actual Ed Wood movies. And they only have a couple on Amazon Prime. Can't find them anywhere else. And Scott was nice enough to give me some of those.
Why I have them all, I don't know, but I got tons.
So I started watching them. I watched Plan 9 from Outer Space. It took me 3 days to get through.
80-minute movie.
Not because it was bad, but because I was busy and tired. And
Sure.
sleepy. But it was a movie that was watched. And I say that because I am not entirely sure what was going on through a lot of it, because there was so much going on through a lot of it. I don't think it's as bad as everybody says it is, saying like he's the worst director of all time.
No, they're worse out there. I agree.
There are worse. I've been part of worse movies. But I thought it was fun to watch. Loved seeing all the UFOs on strings. You could tell the footage they used of Bela Lugosi and those stuff they used with the stand-in because he died, because he's just that. Yeah, he's just that guy. That's not Bela Lugosi. That's just some guy.
You know who it is?
Who?
Ed Wood's dentist.
Really?
I was thinking he almost looks like
George Hamilton.
No, I was gonna say, well, yeah, I can see that. But my first thought was Raymond Massey.
Oh, yeah.
Because of the way the eyes are.
Bela Lugosi died during the making of that movie, so they had the dentist fill in with his.
Yes, and they used the same clip like over and over multiple times. Like whenever he's walking out from under that tree, he goes like this. They use that clip like 6 different times in the movie, and then they go back to that guy and he's walking like this the whole time. I'm like, oh, okay, that's the stand-in.
Yep.
It's just the stock footage, like the one where they're like launching all those rockets at the UFOs, and it's just 30 seconds of, and then the guy with the binoculars, and then he goes down, and then it's back to, like, how many rockets are in this thing? Like, you're just gonna keep firing it? Oh my! It was a lot, and they're just walking through all the cardboard gravestones.
Did you see what some of them?
Yeah, and then flop around. I was like, that's cardboard. I was trying to figure out what they were made of, but when they hit them, I was like, oh, that's cardboard. Wow. Yeah, it was fun. I didn't think it was that bad.
The screenplay is hilarious. Some of the dialogue just
is so wooden.
Yeah,
it's just
and also just silly. Like the one example that I always think of is when the alien's talking to I think it's the army guy, and he says, "That's the problem with you humans. You're all stupid, 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 stupid."
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, he's right, but that's not the point.
I felt they didn't do anything with Vampira.
Yeah,
it's like that was the big thing. They're like, oh, she's in it, and then she just kept walking around. She's just like this, and then she'd turn around and walk away. And it's like, was she ever going to attack anybody? They never like, what happened to her at the end? I don't know. Is she still walking around?
Yeah, they didn't really follow up with her. I had a picture of her, but I guess it didn't transfer over. That's unfortunate.
But
what about the costumes? You had to enjoy the costumes.
I love that the main alien guy, he just was wearing like a medieval suit because he had the shield with the axe on it. I was like, wow, they really just pulled whatever out of a box.
Yep. It's just, and then Tor Johnson was a big wrestler at the time.
Yeah.
And to this day, you can go buy that guy's face in a mask store.
Oh,
They
really?
have that mask, yeah. Oh yeah,
Hmm.
big rubber mask. I've got one at home, as a matter of fact.
I love when he yells.
Oh
Yeah, he just does that. And I watched it's called Bride of the Monster, and he's just yelling through the whole thing. I'm like, I love this.
Yeah.
This guy's great.
Yeah, I thought Tor Johnson was actually, like I said, he was a wrestler at the time. He did those movies, and I thought that guy's actually got some screen presence.
Yeah. Yeah.
So here's Bella. This is right. This is right after he buries his wife, and he goes home, and he's leaving his house, and I believe that was his real house. That was really Bela Lugosi's house, and he's walking out, and the narrator's talking, and he says, "And soon the sun will go down, just like the old man's heart, as he left his home, never to return again." And Bella walks off camera, and you hear this.
Yeah.
Now, see, here's Bella, and here's that guy. It's almost identical. Well, I mean, look at him. You can't tell the difference.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Put a hat on him and
Here's the UFOs on a string. Now, the still image doesn't do them justice because they wobble.
They wobble. Yeah.
they look like hubcaps.
They may very well have been.
Yeah. I think they were really creative with what they did. All the bits and bobs they had on their sets and stuff. I was like, okay, this isn't that bad. Like, it was pretty creative. They made do with what they had.
And how many times did it change from daylight to nighttime?
A dozen.
Like,
A dozen
right in
times.
the middle of a seed.
Yeah, like I said, that Bela Lugosi footage of him coming out from under the tree, that was day, and then it's like, oh, now it's nighttime. They're walking, and there's the heavy fog. They're going through the cemetery. I was like, wait a minute, hold on. This is like 5 p.m, and now it's like past midnight. What's going on?
Creative editing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then there's this guy,
Yeah, the narration was,
Criswell.
it was
He was a real,
something.
I don't know how to call him, psychic, whatever,
Uh-huh.
of the time, and he narrated a lot of, had something to do with a lot of Ed Wood movies. I based the character on him and Dead Dick. If you read the first part of Dead Dick, there's a character that is actually Criswell.
He's got a nice comb over there, doesn't he?
He's got something. And you know what he says? He says, "We are all interested in the future because that's where we'll spend the rest of our lives."
It's a good impression. Yeah, that's good. It's great. Yeah,
It's a fun movie, and it's not a good movie, but it's not supposed to be. According to the Ed Wood movie, he thought that was going to be the one he'd be remembered for. Little did he know he was right.
Yeah.
But just not for the reasons he thought. I would recommend you see Glen or Glenda,
Mhm.
which is also not very good, but way before its time.
Mhm.
And also Jailbait, which
Mhm.
I just recently watched. And these are both on YouTube, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Jailbait is a crime story, and it's got that Ed Wood style to it,
Mhm.
but it's really not too bad.
Mhm.
And for a movie about crime like that, I think if you were looking at what his better movies were, I'd see that was one of them. So, But yeah, Plan 9 is the one he'll be remembered for.
The movie with the gorilla with the space helmet on, was that an Ed Wood movie?
No.
Okay.
I don't remember the name of that movie is.
But you remember
It's in the opening clip.
Gorilla from Space.
or Space from Gorilla?
He's got like a TV for a head or something. Space Gorilla. Well, you know what I'm going to get when I type in Space Gorilla? All kinds of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I don't see a picture of him here, but yeah, I know the one you're talking about. It's in that opening of that segment that we just did. So, so what you're saying, Jeff, is you would recommend it?
Yeah. I honestly, when it ended, I thought, man, this is better than Stanley. And I would watch Plan 9 from Outer Space over Stanley again. And probably over, what was the one we watched last week? Here Comes the Macho Woman. What was it called?
Yeah.
Macho Woman?
They call me Macho
They call me
Woman.
what Macho
Yeah,
Woman.
I agree in both cases.
I would
Yeah.
much rather watch Stanley than Macho
We've heard that about you.
Woman. Actually, maybe I wouldn't. I wouldn't watch either one.
Plan 9 is funny, and
Yeah.
its history is fascinating.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, I agree with you.
But that begs the question: is it as bad as they say it is?
No.
No,
I
they
don't
say
know.
It's the worst movie of all time, and it's
Yeah.
far from that.
Those people hadn't seen
The
Ice
Mangler.
Cube War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
And they have
Yeah.
That one was pretty bad. I think that one was worse than
I agree.
Plan 9.
Now, question: was Plan 9 based on? It was just a screenplay
Oh yeah.
that they thought up as they were shooting, or was it based on a book?
No, it's based on. Oh God.
Here it is.
Make it quick because we're running out of time.
Okay. Speaking of books,
Time's
if you've
up.
got Amazon. Wait, what? Amazon.com. If you got Amazon Prime, you're going to get free shipping. Go to their search engine and type in R. Scott Bolton, author, and you're going to find you ready for it? Plethora of books written by R. Scott Bolton.
R. Scott Bottom. I haven't been called that since high school.
And R. Scott Bolton is one of Ventura County's, if not the only Ventura County I can't say the word again.
I'm not prolific, so that's not a good word.
He's a damn good
I'll
Arthur.
take that.
Arthur?
Arthur.
God, I'm
Yeah.
having really good.
Well, I drink
time
like
today.
Arthur. You know, it actually does work.
But the most recent is Bowling Bag in the Backseat. If you want a scary book to read, Neath. That is for Halloween. You will totally enjoy it. It's about a haunted house that people didn't know was haunted, and they live in it. My favorite is, we've mentioned this before, Dead Dick, which is about a 1940s private detective who is in the Betwixt.
You got it right this time.
And he gets to come back to Earth and save a child from demons.
An important little girl. Yes. So anyway, you can go to Amazon.com and type that in, or just go to rscottbolton.com and all the information's there. And please do it because I need book sales. I'm going to Vegas in a couple weeks.
Some of the books are hardback, which I prefer. All of them, I believe, or some of them are paperback, and all of them are available on Kindle.
Yes. And Kindle's very cheap because I price my books as low as they'll let me because I just want people to read them. That's all I want, really.
And the genre goes from science fiction to fantasy to everyday life.
Yes. So, yes, please and thank you, Johnny. Like I said, we're running out of time because I have to get to the Shred event, and then I got somewhere else to be this afternoon.
Is that a Shred event?
Yeah.
I wish I'd known that.
Again, John, you can look these things up yourself. It's at the credit union.
I didn't know they do that.
Well,
They
that's
do?
why you got to look.
Which credit union?
The one that we used to belong to.
My credit union?
But you have to make an appointment. But you got to look for it. Every time I say something, John's like, well, you didn't tell me. I'm not your personal calendar.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You need a personal calendar.
It says so on your back. JohnyD.
That's an old tattoo.
Oh. Yeah, but it's still a tattoo.
All right. So I saw a movie this week that was recommended to me by my son, Josh. And after I watched it, I knew it would be right up Jeff's alley. So I'm curious to think what he thought about it. And the movie is called Deadstream, which is obviously the opposite of live stream. And there's a reason for that.
Oh. I just got.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
So Deadstream is the story of a YouTuber who's fallen on hard times because something he said or did. So he's trying to redeem himself by spending the night in a notoriously haunted house. And as you might imagine, things go awry for him. It's very interesting because it's in the found footage category of those kind of movies, which I know Jeff is a huge fan of. And I'm kind of in the middle. But this one I thought was really well done because he's all geared up for his YouTube channel. And one of the devices, he's got a camera in his head, a iPad with all kinds of different camera feeds on it. And he's got that device on his wrist where he flips his wrist and it changes the camera angle. Is that real?
I don't know.
I thought that was so cool. Get one for the show.
Yeah. I'm not a YouTuber, so I don't know.
Well, you are right now.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was really thrilled by this movie. I had a blast watching it. I thought that everything they did for the budget couldn't have been very much at all. The guy who plays the YouTuber is the guy who wrote it, and he and his wife, I believe, got together and made it.
Okay.
And he's got several, according to Josh, he has several other YouTube projects that he does, but this was like his first feature-length film. And I mean, I liked everything about it. I thought his performance was, even though my wife couldn't stand it, she had to leave the room. It's too frantic for me. Well, he's a YouTuber who's panicking and also scared to death. I thought he was great. I thought she was great. I believe that the female in the story. Again, try not to give away too much. That was his wife or girlfriend, whatever they are.
okay.
So, it had some scary moments, a good couple of jump scares, and I thought the special effects were stunning for a movie of that budget level.
Mm-hmm.
So I really had a good time with it. And as far as found footage, I would put it near the top. It was one of my favorites that I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
So what did you think? Did you enjoy it?
I thought it was going to be more serious than it was.
Yeah.
Like I know it starts off and it's this goofy YouTuber guy and he's doing all the, I mean, if you've watched any of those mainstream YouTubers, that's this character. And I don't watch YouTubers. So like, because of that. And I was just like, oh, all right, well, here we go. Like, let's see what this is like. And those first 25 minutes are really good and really builds the tension and the scare stuff. And, you know, some of the ghosty stuff starts happening and then the girl that shows up. I liked all that. And then after that, once there's reveals and it starts really going, like, this is really kind of goofy. And it took me a second to like take a step back from, and I guess it wasn't like a tonal shift, but for me, I thought it was going to be a more serious movie. But like I realized,
like
they were
Blair Witch Project kind of thing.
Almost, but
Yeah.
like you have this goofier character running around through it, which I've seen movies like that. But that I just had to take a step back and go, oh no, they set me up from the beginning that this is going to be a goofy movie. I just thought that they were doing something else. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really well done. Everything you said was right, I think. Man, though, like like I get it, you're making a video, but I mean, ghosts aside, like there's homeless people and like crazy people in houses. You're not gonna check it out before you throw away your spark plugs and stuff.
I thought the same thing about that. I thought nobody's been in this house. There's graffiti in the front door.
Yeah. That's just me personally. But I thought it was good. I thought it was fun.
And like I said, the special effects were pretty impressive. I mean, look at that. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a good effect for a movie. What do you think the budget was? 10, 15 grand maybe?
I have no clue.
I mean, that might even be too much, but that's a pretty impressive. Here's the YouTuber himself. And see, he's got that little board where he spins to do things. That was a cool idea, I thought.
Yeah, I think most of their money just went to the practical effects because being in an abandoned house, you can just pick anywhere.
There's another great effect there.
Yeah, I don't know because it was what was the company that helped with that? Shutter and then something else.
I don't remember. It was Shutter for sure.
Mm-hmm. I would be curious to see what the budget was on that, but
let's see if we can find it. I'm just curious, but yeah, I was happily engaged throughout. I thought it was again some like I've recently they sent me a found footage film. I probably should get you loan it to you, and I don't remember the title off the top of my head, but the image was so dark that half the time you had no idea what was going on. All you heard was people breathing and things like that. And I thought, this is terrible. This isn't found footage. This is trash footage, you know? And it didn't have much of a story either. This had a kind of a little bit of a story going for it.
Yeah. And everything fit in place with what was going on. There are some like of those POV horror films where it's just nothing really ties together. It's just people running around and stuff is happening and it just isn't good. But yeah, I mean, in terms of like the POV genre, the handheld camera stuff, I would agree. I'd place this closer to the top.
Yeah.
Because I think they did a really good job at being able to craft that narrative throughout.
And they took an example of something that we've all seen and is more modern than, say, Blair Witch Project, and made it feel like it was, I mean, for example, when it first started, my wife thought it was an actual YouTuber video. So they did that right. And, you know, he's done YouTube videos before. So, of course, that fits.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I was pleasantly surprised, and I'm glad that Josh recommended it. And as soon as it was over, I thought, Jeff's going to like this one. So, and that was on Netflix, yes. And I was glad because when I first looked it up on the phone, it said Shutter. I don't have Shutter. So, but then Josh told me it was on Netflix.
Is there a movie called Shutter? No, I'm thinking of Shutter Island.
That's but this is Shudder, like Shudder, Shudder. It's a streaming channel that produces movies too, I guess.
Yeah, they got a bunch of old like horror films from the 80s and 70s and stuff on there, just like a lot of those straight to VHS films.
Yeah, I had Shudder for a while and just got rid of it because I just wasn't watching it as often as I wanted to. So, because I got to do 3 things for KBTA every week, and I can't do 3 horror movies, or they accuse me of being
Weird.
depressed and weird. Yeah, they're not wrong, but that's not the point. You got something? Did you?
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
Well, what?
What?
do you have a report?
We
No.
agreed earlier while you were sitting right there between us, probably going that we weren't going to do that today.
Nobody told me.
You're right here.
I had headphones on,
You were looking at that
and I was
salmon
yelling.
toast.
John's showing everybody he can his photo of his bagel and lox.
That's what it
That
was.
sounds really bad. I didn't mean it to, but anyway. What else you got? Something else?
Let me look at my list. Hold on. I did watch quite a bit of stuff here. Hold on. What did I put? Plan 9 for Outer Space. Bride of the Monster. That was good. I love the octopus scenes.
Yes.
They're just rolling around. I also watched a Netflix series. One of the teachers at the school recommended to me. She said, "You tell ghost stories all the time. I hate listening to them because I don't like ghosts. But I watched this series. I don't know why, but you might like this." It was called True Haunting on Netflix, and each episode's like 30 minutes. So I had some time at the school each day, so I watched a little bit. I didn't finish the series, but I'm like 5 minutes to the end. I got the gist of it. But it's 2 stories. 3 episodes is this guy in college. He's experiencing some paranormal activity in his college room, and they're going in and they're trying to figure out what's going on and how to solve it. And he's feeling uncomfortable and all this stuff. And then the second story is these people bought a house and there's stuff going on and their kids talking to someone and stuff's going on. But it's like, true stories. And it's produced by James Wan. So you have that like level of Conjuring level of quality to it. And then you have the violin music from Joseph Bishara, which is nice.
Better than the music from the Smashing Machine, I'll tell you that.
Probably, yeah. I mean, modern horror, I feel like Joseph Bishara is like the guy on that. Yeah, it's really well done. It's really interesting hearing these people. I mean, I always have enjoyed like ghost stories from like a documentary perspective where you get to see the people talking and then they dramatize it and stuff.
Yeah.
So I thought it was well done. I enjoyed it.
That sounds interesting.
And it's only like 30 minutes an episode. There's only 5 episodes, so it'll
like
go
that a lot.
by really quick.
Yeah.
But again, I had all week and I didn't finish it. I'm 5 minutes to the end. I was actually watching it as I was waiting at the door. I was like, okay, all right.
I wonder what you were doing. I saw your phone. I thought, is he texting me again? No, he's watching a show. That's
yeah. But that's a True Haunting on Netflix. I think it was based on another show that came out in the early 2000s called A Haunting, which Netflix owns. And I think it's the same style, same everything, but they just like kind of rebranded, I guess.
One's version of it.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Have you seen the 2 Haunting series on Netflix by, how can his name go out of my head? He's one of my, Mike Flanagan?
Yeah. Yes, I've seen Haunting of Hill House and Bly Manor.
Freaking brilliant.
Have you seen Midnight Mass?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's top of the list for Mike Flanagan. For
the
sure.
discussions of religion in that
Yeah.
show were riveting.
Yeah.
You were just focused, listening to every single word every character had to say. It was amazing to me. I thought that's a brilliant series.
He was great.
What was that one?
Midnight Mass. I actually just bought the book Haunting of Hill House, but I gotta wait. I'm reading it right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at page 700 something. I'm getting there.
Yeah, you are.
And then I, of course, got to read
Knife Point.
Knife Point is the one you gave me. And then I'm reading Haunting of Hill House. And then Meddling Kids, and then I got to read the Endgame book.
Let me know when you start reading Haunting of Hill House, and I'll reread it myself. I've read it, but it's
you
been a
have?
long time. Yeah,
Okay.
but I'll reread it, and we can talk about that too.
Okay.
There was a movie that came out in '64
Mhm.
with Cameron Mitchell. Now, if you were fans of the TV series High Chaparral, he was one of the main characters, or he played one of the main characters in that TV series Western. This movie was called Gorilla at Large. And
I'm in.
yeah, you got to find it. It's a fun movie to watch. You'll laugh at a lot of stuff. From what I-
1954. Apparently, it's on.
54?
It's on a lot of channels, but you got to pay for it. It's cheapest on Amazon Prime.
I'm sorry, it is 54. I thought it said 64.
Oh, 1954. That makes it even better because you know the gorilla suit's going to be
This guy,
awesome.
Yeah.
I watched this movie because the sequel's coming out very soon. Sisu, that guy. This is the Finnish John Wick. Now this guy is a soldier who was very disappointed with the way the war was going, so he left the war. He was very disappointed because his wife and child were killed in the war. So he leaves his army and goes out on basically creates a one-man army of his own and doesn't pick sides, and just, here's the secret, don't get in his way. And the movie starts out with him digging a hole out in the middle of, I guess it's Finland, and he finds this great streak of gold. I mean, it's worth a fortune. So he chisels it out, he puts it in bags, and he's going to go take it to the bank. As he's on his way to the bank, who shows up? The friggin' Nazis, and they want his gold. Well, he doesn't want to give them his gold, and they start paying the price one by one.
Nice.
And it's very John Wickish. In fact, it's even more over the top than John Wick.
Is
Yes.
that the first one or the second?
I haven't seen the second one because it's not out yet.
Oh, okay.
So
'Cause I haven't seen the first one. I got to see
it's the first one. It's bloody. It's violent. The guy who plays the lead, that guy I just showed you there, doesn't have any lines until the end of the movie. And the lines he has at the end of the movie are perfect. But I will tell you, he communicates perfectly with his face. And of course, when he's beating the hell out of the bad guy. And by the way, how many Nazis can you watch die in a movie? As many as you
Not
can fit
enough,
in, right?
yeah.
So he does. He takes care of the Nazis. And, there's a dog in it. And I was like, yeah. But let's just say I like the movie, and that'll tell you how it ends. So.
Okay.
It was a blast. It was a minor hit when it was out. I'm surprised they're making a sequel because I think it barely broke even, but it was dirt cheap to make. This movie, I think, was $15 million, if that. And looking at it with all the tanks and the airplane stunts and the costumes, how they did that movie with that amount of money, I have no idea, but it is a blast. And it's,
What was the first one called?
this is the first one.
Oh,
And it's
Sisu.
called Sisu, yes.
Okay.
And Sisu isn't the character, even though you really want to, whenever you're telling, so Sisu walks up behind him and slits his throat. It's not, Sisu is a word for, it's so funny because the movie starts out with the word Sisu, a Finnish word that cannot be translated. It means courage. And I went, well, you just said it couldn't be translated, and then you translate it. But it means courage and strength or something like that in Finnish. And the character's name is Kolchoi or something like that. So, but you want to call him Sisu because it's like you want to call the shark in Jaws.
Mhm.
And then Jaws takes a bite. Well, it's not Jaws.
It's Bruce.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, I highly recommend that if you like those action movies. Those are my favorite kind of movies. My favorite movies and stories of all are when bad guys pick on somebody and they don't realize who he is, and he's somebody like John Wick or like Sisu, who's, you shouldn't have messed with me in the first place. Those are my favorite stories of all.
Well, that's one of the things I liked about the TV series Person of Interest. It starts out, you see this. Did you ever see that TV series?
Nope.
It starts out, they're on a subway and in New York City, and there's this disheveled-looking guy, homeless dude, long hair, whiskers.
Is it you?
Yes, he's got an overcoat on, and he would have been good for your movie. What was the name of that movie?
First Run.
Yes, exactly. That got it in. So he's on the subway, and this gang gets on the subway, on the car, and they're pushing people around, and they decide they're going to pick on this guy. Bad mistake. And come to find out, this character is a former CIA type, undercover type operative, but he wasn't undercover. He was actually homeless. And the whole series is about how he gets recruited by this ultra rich guy who wants to right things that are wrong. It was
sounds like my kind of show. I'm surprised I've never
was a
watched
very
it.
interesting TV series. I did not like the way they ended it, but when they end a series, how many series can you actually say, "Oh man, that was so good the way they ended it"?
Too many don't get to end well. Yeah,
But
Alien Earth.
there was one episode where there's this gang where now he's already cleaned up and all that, and he's working for this guy, doing good. And there's this gang, and they have a dog.
Does
And
the dog live? Because otherwise you're stopping right there.
oh yeah, dog definitely lives.
Okay.
And this guy, they're bad dudes. Well, he takes care of these people, and he says something in whatever the language is in Belgium. I don't know.
Belgian.
Okay, that. And the dog responds to it and takes off to join him. And the guy says, how did you know this? Well, it's a Belgian Malamute. He understands that language. And
That's a stretch.
The bad guy who had
Does a Belgian beer know that language? I don't think so.
it's that dog that they use a lot of them in Europe for guard dogs. And
So he was assuming it had been imported from.
Official languages of Belgium: French, Dutch, and German.
I believe it was Dutch. He talked to.
Although Flemish is used by more than 60% of the
Maybe it was
population.
Flemish, I don't know. What's Flemish?
I don't know.
It was
It's from
a
Fleming.
language that wasn't
It's from
English.
Fleming.
Yeah. Yes. The past tense of Fleming.
So anyway,
All right. Well, we got to run.
the
So
bad guy who had control of the dog didn't understand why every time he would talk to the dog wouldn't obey him or anything like that. It's because the dog didn't understand English.
I needed to learn a
And
third
anyway,
language.
The dog became an integral part of the team.
I kind of figured that's where it was going with that.
And yeah, it's called Person of Interest, and I think it's on. I think it's on Prime.
All right, I'll check it out. Because again, that sounds like my kind of thing. Like that movie is Nobody, the Nobody movie. So I'll just take my money. All right, we got to get out of here. We got places to go, things to do. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week. Johnny may or may not be here.
It's kind of up in the air. It just depends on how long it's going.
But Jeff, you're available next week.
Next Saturday, yes.
Okay.
Sunday, no.
No.
Yeah.
If I'm not here, you'll explain that I died.
Damn, got dark quick.
Yeah.
Well, at least it's not the dog. All right,
Oh
folks.
wait a minute! No, I'm not scheduled for that. I don't think.
What?
I hope they schedule you for a death. That'd be awesome.
Oh, I do have something coming up in December, which I'm really looking
All
forward
right,
to.
we'll let you know about that after it happens.
Before we go, we were talking.
Lord,
about, I
man.
know, we were talking about vampires earlier.
We were?
Last night.
What?
Well,
You mentioned Vampira. That was-
Is that the connection?
Okay. All right.
Because she was a vampire.
Sure.
Talk faster.
Okay, I am. I was watching an older episode of CSI, and this is the after when Lawrence Fishburne became one of the main characters in it. And this episode involved a convention of vampires and werewolves at one of the casinos, and it was how they don't like each other. And you have a group of people who think they're vampires. You have a group of people who think they're werewolves. It was an interesting episode.
And a good Halloween thing.
Oh, yeah. And that's the only reason I mentioned it. I don't remember what they called that episode, but it was one of the
Vampires
episodes.
versus
that
werewolves.
Well, it could be. Yeah. But it was one of the episodes where Lawrence Fishburne was one of the main characters in the CSI.
Okay.
Anyway.
Can we go now?
Yeah. Oh, I saw it on.
Oh, God, he's still going. All right, folks. We will see you next week. Thanks again, and have a great one.
And then there was this one time back.
Brought to you by The Grape, Ventura County's premier jazz venue and cocktail lounge, located at 2733 East Main Street in Ventura. For menu and music schedule, visit them online at thegrape.club. This has been a Rough Edge Studios production.